So, a little while ago, I informed you that I was buying this thing. My Lamborghini Aventador Roadster, otherwise known the SVJ without a roof. Today, I'm taking it to Ławica Airport because I wanted to do something very special, something very different, something completely out of the box. As you know, the SVJ is considered to be one of the fastest road-going cars produced right now by Lamborghini. So I thought, what better way to test its true speed than to put it up against something in my collection that has equal character, equal aggression, and equal persona. My Fiat 126P, otherwise known as my baby Maluch. So, here are some interesting facts about these two little champions that are going to go head-to-head at the airport. Let's start with my little Maluch. Manufactured in 1984, my Fiat 126P won the hearts of the nation of Poland because it's a car that many people had in their households. It's what transported families from their home places to the seasides or to other countries. This little cherub, this little dynamite, this little rocket has 26 brake horsepower, rear-wheel drive, 4 seats, but some families put 5 people in there, and that's about it. Now, my SVJ. 2020, year of manufacture, 4-wheel drive, 759 brake horsepower, and it's a rocket. That's the only way to describe it. Now the question is, how is it going to fare against the Maluch? Yeah, that's right, that's what I said. Not how is the Maluch going to fare against the SVJ, but how is the SVJ going to fare against the Maluch? So, there are 2 cars and 1 of me, and I bet you're wondering, which car am I going to be driving? Well, the answer is neither of them. I decided to invite 2 good friends of mine, Szymon Banisz and Janusz Dudek. Szymon will be driving the Maluch and Janusz will be driving my SVJ. That leaves me with only one thing else to be competing in. But me being me, I like to do things differently. Same, but different.
Gdzie on jest? Już dawno powinien być.
Zawsze się spóźnia. Zawsze. Znasz go. Ciekawe, co znowu wymyśli, czym znowu przyleci.
Ostatnio na torze było to samo.
Nie, to samo. Zawsze dla mnie jest nie wiadomo. Czym przyjedzie tym razem, na czym się szkolimy.
I do ostatka nie wiadomo.
Do ostatka nie wiadomo.
McLaren wyszło 12, nie?
A tak miało być, nie? Tak miało być. Ale mono jest zawsze.
Ale mono jest zawsze, tak jest, jako stały element.
So I've decided to race Szymon and Janusz in a fighter jet, but not just any old fighter jet. Polish-made Iskra fighter jet. This aircraft was manufactured in 1976, has a top speed of 839 kilometers, which is about 3 times the speed of the SVJ. One fuel tank with this thing has a range of 510 kilometers, and at one time, this aircraft used to carry rockets under its wings. Yes, rockets, and that's what I'm going to be racing, the SVJ and the Maluch in. Polish-made Iskra fighter jet. So, the rules of engagement for this race are pretty straightforward. You might be sitting there thinking, well, it's clear the Iskra is going to win. It's a fighter jet, reaches 839 kilometers, and it flies. Well, I took that into consideration when I made the rules of engagement, and they are: 1. The airstrip is 2.5 kilometers long. Every vehicle has to go the same direction, the same route. But the SVJ has to do a pit stop on its way down the runway, and it has to do a pit stop at my food truck, which is a hot dog stand, and poor old Janusz has to eat 8 hot dogs. The Iskra aircraft has to take off, do 2 low passes over the airfield before passing the finish line. The Maluch just has to get over the finish line. One little point that I forgot to mention is that neither Szymon or Janusz knows what I will be racing them in.
You want a race?
Naturally, at the beginning of the race, the Iskra and the SVJ took the lead by a storm. But then, Janusz had to do his pit stop and fill his belly with 8 hot dogs. And while I was up in the air, fighting G-forces and trying to hold my stomach in, and Janusz made his pit stop and began eating his 8 hot dogs, Szymon was there, trying to just reach 100 kilometers per hour.
85! 90! 4,000 RPM, mate! 95, come on! Oh my god!
Well, I bet you're curious, sitting there watching this, who won the race. Well, that's not for me to say right now, because at the end of the day, we all were winners. Me in the Iskra, Janusz with his hot dogs in the SVJ, and Szymon doing his best to reach 100 kilometers per hour in the Maluch.
The wind is opposite! Joseph, 100!
We were all winners.
100, yes! 100!
Don't know about you guys. You had a classic car, you had a fast car, but I had altitude.
Another level.
I was on another level completely. So personally,
come
I
on.
think.
That was at the lead at the beginning, right?
Yeah. But you stopped and you had the hot dogs.
Yeah, but look at me, my friend. Yeah, but trust me, I will never eat hot dogs again.
I think at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who won. We all won. We all had fun, and that's what it's about.
I won.
I won. Super. See you in the next one. See you in the next one.
Don't take camera, once again.
Okay. See you in the next one.